My name is Barb Kobe. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I am a doll maker. I've been making art dolls, feeling dolls, and healing dolls for over 20 years. I began with making dolls from roots in my garden. I would go out into my garden and pull roots, and I would wash them off and hang them on the clothesline, and then I would start adding fibers and fabrics and beads, and I would hang them in my wall, and it would just bring me such great joy. There came a time where, in the doll making process, that I got really interested in how doll making and art in general affected me, affected my heart, and affected my feelings, and affected how I thought about who I was. And I started noticing that they became symbols or metaphors of what was going on in my life, what I was moving through, what I was feeling. And they actually started with making puppets about feelings, and then taking the puppets out and talking to other people, and specifically more children than adults. And I noticed that when I was holding a puppet or a doll, that the people I was talking to were having a conversation with that part of that doll, and I was like I was invisible. And I started noticing that I could have dialogues with my dolls, and any fear that I had about the feelings that I was sharing, or the thoughts I was having, or what was going on in my life kind of disappeared, and I could put all of those thoughts and energies into the doll that I was creating. And many times after I put them up on the wall, they would continue to tell me stories and would give me more insight. And then I had my first show, probably about 15 years ago, and I sat back and watched, just like I'm going to sit back and watch the people when they come to the opening here, and noticed how everyone would look at a doll and tell a different story, and it would be a different story than I was telling myself about what the doll represented. And so they became very, very important part of my own growth and process. I'm also a teacher. I love teaching others how to make these kinds of dolls. It can start with, actually the number one block that anybody has about making dolls is making the face. And the number one question people ask about the dolls is, where do you get the faces? And there's no place you get the faces except from making them yourself. So I watch people make faces and then put their dolls together, and within an 8-hour bit of time, they walk out of the door with a doll that they couldn't believe would be possible that they could have created. And usually I see joy and tears and excitement, and it gives my heart a deep feeling of love and connection when I watch these doll makers put dolls together and then come up with these beautiful pieces of art. And I still have people come up to me after they've taken a class years ago and say they still have their doll. This is really my passion. This is what I absolutely love to do. This is what I feel like I'm here to do, is not only to make the dolls from my own soul and my own heart, but also to teach other people how to use this art medium. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the show.